Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have terrible luck for the next week.
The animal kingdom is awash with ruthless animals, some of which are unassuming. For instance, birds may seem modest, but they're the most dangerous flying animal on the planet. Sit tight and enjoy clips from the 10 times animals messed with the wrong bird. Number 10. Golden eagles hunting wolves. Sometimes it feels like all the animals in the wild are friends and get along with one another. Well, that isn't the case. Given the evidence of continuous fighting from animals from different species, it's safe to say that the wild is a wrestling ground. This clip shows a golden eagle taking on a wolf who illegally crossed its path. In all of these, there must be a battle, and one creature must come out victorious. The golden eagle is one of the most prevalent birds in the northern hemisphere, which explains why they are the national symbol of many nations. They are colossal and beautiful, yet fierce. They're famous for taking down animals much more extensive than themselves. Most of their victims don't stand a chance no matter how hard they try. This wolf somehow crosses its path, and the last thing the golden eagle would do is to let it go free. It continued to attack the wolf until it was weak and gave up. For him, it's another lunch without an effort. Number 9. Bird vs. Tiger. Tigers are one of the world's greatest predators and the largest carnivores in our ecosystem. In fact, they have a 10% success rate when it comes to capturing their prey. Who dares challenge them? Maybe only a few animals like the bird. This is because they're not as smart as we think they are. How do we know? This crane accidentally found its way to a tiger enclave in a wildlife park in China. When it landed, 2 tigers were already excited to see that dinner was ready. They rushed to pounce on the innocent crane. The crane wasn't going to let them have her so easily. She charged up and ran towards them. The big cats weren't expecting the outburst and retreated for a second. But no, they were supposed to be the king of all predators. Why see prey and back down? They came back the second time but were resisted by the animal. It didn't matter if it was 2 against 1, the crane knew it wanted to get out of the enclave alive and did its best. Thankfully, zookeepers rescued it before it was too late. Number 8. Weasel vs. Seagull. When you compare seagulls with the eagle, they don't stand a chance in terms of ferocity. But when it comes to them and the weasel, we know who deserves this win. This video was taken somewhere in Ontario by someone who was out having fun. It looked like both animals had an agreement, but one suddenly reneged on it and wanted to have his cake and eat it. The weasel was riding on the seagull's back and trying to feast on it. Only a few occasions does the seagull escape its grasp, but it cannot fly away when that happens. Therefore, the weasel comes back to continue the attack. This time he aims for the head and sits on it to drown it in the water. The white animal becomes fiercer and makes its body sturdy such that the weasel is convinced that there's nothing he can do to get the gull's head below water. It gives up on the fight, and we all know whose hands we can raise after the battle. Number 7. Zalika the hyena versus an ostrich. Like humans, animals protect their young ones from larger predators. They even become more aggressive than humans would because if they don't, they'll never have an offspring to boast of. Younger animals are too small to defend themselves, and the adult ones take advantage of the situation to prey on them. This is precisely what Zalika, the hyena, wanted to do to these ostrich chicks when he thought they were alone. The chicks had just broken out of their shells without knowing their way around life. Suddenly, this hyena creeps in on them after watching from a distance. You'd think it came alone, but no. It had members of its pack watching to ensure that the environment was calm for the party that is about to happen. Unfortunately, the chicks' parents saw what was happening and immediately fluffed their feathers and closed in on the assailants. While the mother rushes to her chicks to cover them, the father runs after the unlucky hyenas. None of them could withstand the speed and anger the ostrich ran with, and they fled for their dear lives. Number 6. Woodpecker vs. giant snake. You would wonder how these birds summon the audacity to go head-to-head with snakes. I mean, how dare they? It's hard being a woodpecker because these birds don't deal with easy surfaces. While other birds have to struggle to make nests with leaves, they live their whole life disturbing woods. When it's time to lay eggs, they'll use their beaks to make a hole in the tree until it's wide enough to protect their eggs. After laying their eggs in the hole, they'll go out searching for food and come back occasionally to check up on their soon-to-be chicks. One day, this animal returned home only to find that a 12-foot snake had taken over her house where she kept her eggs. Her maternal instinct took the best of her and she stood to challenge the snake. The fight lasted for over 5 minutes with no animal throwing in the towel. Just when we thought the snake had the edge, the woodpecker hid behind the tree. The snake had felt relaxed that it had only won for the woodpecker to launch another unexpected attack that the slithery creature couldn't resist. Number 5. Hawk vs. Cat. Cats are adorable creatures, but one wonders what the seemingly innocent cat may have done to this hawk. Although these cats aren't harmless, does it justify the treatment it gets from other larger animals? I guess not. Birds are known to be revengeful. Regardless of when you offend them, they find a way to get back at you in the most brutal way ever. One man was outside his house when suddenly this hawk swooped to the floor and grabbed his cat. It hangs on the fence for a few seconds before it flees with the cat and does what it knows how to do the most. But then, this hawk didn't fly immediately with the cat. Why didn't the neighbors come to the cat's rescue? Everyone stood and watched the movie unfold as you can hear their voices in the background. I guess everyone was scared that they could be the next target. Number 4. Sandhill crane vs. black bear. When you compare the strength of the black bear and the sandhill crane, we all know who would have the upper hand. Somehow when faced with a battle with a superior person, we tend to find the inner strength we never believed we had. Judy had been filming wildlife at the Yellowstone National Park. This particular video caught her attention the most. She had filmed the moment a sandhill laid eggs and how they guided them. They carried their babies around in search of food, but suddenly a fierce bear was approaching them. Judy was sure that it was the end of the road for both the children and their parents, but it wasn't left for her to judge. The sandhill crane immediately chased the bear up to the tree until it was scared and ran. The bear couldn't believe the embarrassment and decided to try his luck once more. When he got down from the tree, he was chased away the second time. These parents aren't going to risk their children's life when they can resist the enemy. Number 3. Dog vs. Swan. Swans are beautiful and spend most of their time in the water. They also enjoy solitude and attack humans or other animals that try to get too close to them. Also, they're show-offs and wouldn't let any minute pass without telling the whole world how much of a nuisance they are. In this park somewhere in France, a swan and a dog got into an unexpected clash. This woman was innocently walking around the park with her pet dog when the swan approached aggressively. It tried to poke the woman and her dog for absolutely no reason. Thankfully, the dog was calm and didn't want to show off power since it was unsure who had the upper hand. The lady didn't leave her furry pet out of fear but stood her ground. After the swan had proved a point that no one understood, by the way, it quietly left the scene to find another unlucky animal to bully.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
The chances of any animal getting victorious in a fight with an eagle is slim. This is because they are intelligent, expert hunters, and their grip is 8 times stronger than that of humans. Stay tuned as we bring you the fight between an eagle and a rattlesnake. Number 2. Eagle vs. Snake. When his tourist decided to visit Madhu in India, he expected to see the best wildlife and watch them thrive in their natural habitat. He didn't expect all of the drama he saw. When he arrived with his friend and daughter, he was pleased to photograph what seemed like a clash between an eagle and a rattlesnake. As we know, eagles are swift predators known for making a quick meal out of an unfortunate prey, but this fight would first make you scared for the eagle. The snake was on the floor while this bird stood on it. Regardless, it was determined to live. Both creatures were entwined in a stiff battle for survival, but somehow we knew who had the edge. The snake knew it didn't stand a chance here but wanted to make an effort to free itself from the grip. All her efforts proved abortive, and after 5 minutes of struggling, the eagle came out victorious and chewed her prey before moving to the next one. I wonder how far the snake went to provoke the seemingly calm animal.
Before we move on, I have a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal, just leave a like on the video, smash the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of good luck. Try it really works.
Number 1. Birds protect crocodile nest. Of all the friendships in the wild, the one between a bird and a crocodile is the most unlikely. You'll wonder who equipped the bird to protect this crocodile's nest, but I guess we'll never understand. For whatever reason, these two birds decided to live near these dangerous reptiles. Footage from BBC's Spy in the Wild show how the birds tried to chase away a Komodo dragon who wanted to attack the reptile's babies. Despite the resistance, the dragon was determined to do the needful. The female backs out and leaves the male to handle the dragon. It looks like she called for reinforcement from the crocodile. Soon, the giant reptile crawls out of the water and the Komodo dragon ran for his dear life. Usually the crocodiles snack on birds, but after chasing the tiny predator, it went back home and didn't even scare the birds. It seemed like both animals formed a team in the wild, and the relationship is yielding positive results. There you have it. Tell us about your favorite bird species and one unique quality they possess. Please like and subscribe to this channel to stay updated with our latest content. Until another episode, it's adios from me.